Hello and welcome to episode 5 of book reading The Four Agreements. We are on to our second chapter, which is about the first agreement. Today, we will see what is the meaning of impeccable and how words are so powerful, how we usually are using the words, and how they affect each other, mainly ourselves. So, let's begin. The first agreement is the most important one and is also the most difficult one to honor. It is so important that with just first agreement you will be able to transcend to the level of existence I call heaven on earth. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. It sounds very simple, but it is very powerful. Why your word? Your word is the power that you have to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from God. The Gospel of John in the Bible, speaking of the creation of the universe, says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God." Through the Word, you express your creative power. It is through the Word that you manifest everything. He says, regardless of what language you speak, your intent manifests through the Word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will all be manifested through the Word. The Word is not just a sound or a written symbol. The Word is a force. It is the power you have to express and communicate, to think, and thereby to create the events in your life. You can speak. What other animal on this planet can speak? The word is the most powerful tool you have as human. It is the tool of magic. But like sword with two edges, your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. One edge is the misuse of the word, which creates a living hell. The other edge is the impeccability of the word, which will only create beauty, love, and heaven on earth. Depending upon how it is used, the word can set you free or it can enslave you even more than you know. All the magic you possess is based on your word. Your word is pure magic, and misuse of your word is black magic. The word is so powerful that one word can change a life or destroy the lives of millions of people. And here he gives example of Hitler and how his word affected, manipulated the whole country of most intelligent people. He said that he led them into a world war with just the power of his word. He convinced others to commit the most atrocious act of violence. He activated people's fear with the word. And like a big explosion, there was killing and war all around the world. Now he speaks about how our mind is a fertile ground and how it affects our words. Here it goes. The human mind is like a fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. The seeds are opinions, ideas, and concepts. You plant a seed, a thought, and it grows. The word is like a seed. And the human mind is so fertile. The only problem is that too often it is fertile for the seeds of fear. Every human mind is fertile, but only for those kinds of seeds it is prepared for. What is important is to see which kind of seeds our mind is fertile for and to prepare it to receive the seeds of love. Here he explains a very important concept. He says that every human mind is fertile, but it is fertile for the seeds which it is prepared for. Meaning, if your mind is fertile For the seeds of fear, however love you receive, it will be seeds of fear that will grow unless you become aware of it and train your mind to be fertile for love. He again gives example of Hitler and says, he sent out all those seeds of fear and they grew very strong and beautifully achieved a massive destruction. Seeing the awesome power of the word, we must understand what power comes out of our mouths. One fear or doubt planted in our mind can create an endless drama of events. One word is like a spell, and humans use the word like black magicians, thoughtlessly putting spells on each other. Every human is a magician, and we can either put a spell on someone with our word or we can release someone from a spell. We cast spells all the time with our opinions. For example, I see a friend and give him an opinion which just popped into my mind. I say, I see that kind of color in your face in people who are going to get cancer. If he listens to the word and he agrees to it, he will have cancer in less than 1 year. That is the power of word. Next, he explains how domestication and attention has an impact on what words we use. So he says, during our domestication, our parents and siblings gave their opinions about us without even thinking. We believed these opinions and we lived in fear over these opinions, like not being good at swimming or sports or writing. Someone gives an opinion and says, look, this girl is ugly. The girl listens, believes she is ugly, and grows up with the idea that she is ugly. It doesn't matter how beautiful she is, as long as she has that agreement, she will believe that she is ugly. That is the spell she is under. And by hooking our attention, the word can enter our mind and change a whole belief for better or for worse. Another example he gives, you may believe you are stupid, and you may have believed this for as long as you can remember. This agreement can be very tricky, causing you to do a lot of things just to ensure that you are stupid. You may do something and think to yourself, I wish I was smart, but I must be stupid or I wouldn't have done that. The mind goes in hundreds of different directions, and we could spend days getting hooked by just that one belief in our own stupidity. Then one day, someone hooks our attention and using the word lets you know that you are not stupid. You believe what the person says and make a new agreement. As a result, you no longer feel or act stupid. A whole spell is broken just by the power of word. Conversely, if you believe you are stupid and someone hooks your attention and says, yes, you are really the most stupid person I have ever met, the agreement will be reinforced and become even stronger. In this explanation, what caught my eyes is when he says that agreements are very tricky and they make us to do a lot of things just to ensure that we are sticking to that agreement. For example, just take the same example of being stupid. If someone believes that he or she is stupid, that person will eventually end up doing things, even though is capable of doing better things, he will still keep doing things to ensure that he acts stupidly. It is so powerful to realize this, that the agreements we make are causing us to do things just to ensure that we are sticking to those agreements. Let that sink into you. In next episode, we will talk about the meaning of impeccability and what happens when you choose to become impeccable with your word. Until next time, love and light.